All right, we're gonna go off mute. Happy Friday. How y'all good people doing out there all around the world? You all right, Brian?
I am. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon. We're depending on where you're tuning in from, what time of day. And if you're catching us over on YouTube, there's no telling when you're watching this. So welcome everyone. My name is Bramlin, and I'm happy to be here with my home girl.
Hey y'all, hey, it's Tia of Tia Takes the World, and we're tuned in every Friday for our travel talk show, The Takeoff. And without further delay, we're just going to go ahead and get into it today, but we do want to do a couple of housekeeping rules. If you are tuning in live, go ahead and drop in the comments and say hashtag live. If you're tuning in for the replay gang, hashtag replay gang. That's a tongue twister. Replay gang. And also tell us where you're tuning in from, wherever it is around the world, even if you're listening, because we are streaming on podcast, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So if you're tuning in there, then let us know. Drop us a comment. Give us a 5-star rating only, please. And we'd love to hear some feedback from you. So without further delay, we're going to get on with the show. You ready to get it popping, Brian?
I'm ready to get it pop, lock, and dropping.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, we got some people tuned in on YouTube. Sadis Holland. Hey, we are live. You guys can drop in some comments on our YouTube as well. We would love to flash a comment across the screen and show you a little bit of love.
I know that's right. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into our show. You guys know how we do. We start off with a little bit of motivation. We're going to get right into the show topic today. Then we're going to get into a little bit of a recap. We're going to celebrate some things that we got going on in our lives. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about what we do and why we do it. So let's hop on into it. I'm kicking you off today with a little bit of motivation. Yes, honey. I heard Kelly
Motivation.
Rowland in my head. That's what I heard, y'all. That's what I heard when I said it. I said it from my diaphragm and I heard motivation.
I
All
heard it
right.
too.
So, our motivation today is love knows no borders, but common sense should still stamp your passport.
Listen, listen.
Honey, motivation. Love knows no borders, but common sense should still stamp your passport. Tia, how does that make you feel? What do you think about that? How you moving with that?
Especially with the theme of today's show, which is destination dating, love, lust, or vibes, it goes perfectly. And I think that you can even go outside of it, but I won't get philosophical with it. But love doesn't know any borders. And I think at a time right now when we're experiencing, as Americans, so many things politically, that this is very important to talk about love knowing no borders. People are people. But at the end of the day, common sense should still lead the way. Don't lose your
Mhm.
common sense trying to cross across borders. That's what I'll say. What do you get from this quote, Brian?
I feel like I've had conversations with my friends before. Like sometimes my heart be real dumb. My head got to kick in at some point, right? You can't be drunk in love all the time, can you?
I
But
mean, Beyonce said it.
listen, out here on the beach with my little kick sway, okay? But I feel it. Love should know no borders, and I think you end up finding love in um unprecedented places. Like
Ooh, I
it's
like
not where you imagine it would be. So I
that.
feel you. I feel our motivational quote this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you are, right? So yeah, I'm feeling it. Love knows no borders, but common sense that should absolutely stamp your passport.
Yeah. So, with that motivational quote, as I said, it goes perfectly with the theme of the show today, which is destination dating. And I'm really excited about this particular theme of the episode because I really feel like a lot of y'all can have some input on this, on how you feel, how you do with your destination dating. I'm really curious to hear about it. And I'm also, interested to hear Brandon's thoughts and to share some of mine as well. So, today we're getting into something real spicy. We're talking about travel and relationships, the good, bad, and the straight up ridiculous. From vacation flings that feel like love to the reality of dating someone miles and miles away. And of course, we have to discuss the whole passport bro situation because, ooh, child, it's a combo to be had around it. And it's been real loud. Brand, are you ready for this one? You ready to jump
I
into it?
am.
Okay, all
Mhm.
right, let's get into it. All right, so let's start with the classic vacation romance. All right, our first point that I want to talk about is, are vacation bays real or are they just Delulu? So you meet someone while you're on vacation. The sunsets are gorgeous, the drinks are flowing, the vibes are perfect. And then what? Is it a love story? Is it just a situational romance? Brand, have you ever had a vacay baby? Do you know of someone who like loves this type of dating style? Or what are your thoughts if the opportunity happens to arrive? Because I saw you said no, you haven't had that. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I've never been to a place and had a jump off with the people there.
Not a
Like
jump off.
I have that's not my story to tell. However, I definitely got some friends that get it popping when they travel.
Oh, okay.
They be out here dating, they be tenderoniing and honey bumblebeeing and they be doing all the things. They meet people at the resorts and things and they get into it. Yeah, they definitely do.
Is that
My
their MO? Do they like go on a vacation? Like, let me see if what can happen. Let me see the fling. Let Stella get her groove back, all the things. Or does it just so happen? Does it just like happen off of a whim?
the friends that do it, I feel like those friends are friends who love.
Okay.
Like they just be
And their love
they
knows no borders.
yes, real life. In real life, they practice. That is their practice in real life. Like
Okay.
low key, I ain't even gonna kid you. I be feeling like I'm too busy when I travel to even like. I'm not saying my itinerary be packed, but baby girl
Mhm.
be having a plan and a vision,
You
and I
got
ain't
things
playing
to
this.
do.
I be having things to do, pictures to take, moments to get to, and so that's not my experience, but I definitely feel like people are out here now. To answer your question about is it like a delusional love affair, I think
Mhm.
people just really be living in the moment. So have you
Mhm.
done this? Like I mean, I know you're a married lady now, and you like to say that ain't nobody came before this man, but child.
Listen, in a world that maybe I had dated before my loving forever only husband that I've only ever dated, only, whatever. Let's say in a hypothetical world that I had been on vacations where somebody was like, "Hey honey, let me buy you a drink." Like T-Pain said, "Let me talk to you a little nicely." Maybe that I've been in that situation. All right. Maybe I went on vacation and somebody tried to whisper some sweet nothings in my ear. Let's just say that I have had a vacay fling. Now, we'll get into this more. It never went outside of vacay. It was like, okay, let's walk on the beach, talk about life. Let's, get to know each other. That was
Mhm.
it. That was all because I will talk about this more, but my mind cannot go past where we are right now. Who you are on vacation for me is not who you're gonna be when you go home. I'm not even who I am on vacation for the most part, like you said, you're busy all the time when you're on vacation, Brand. You trying to catch the pictures, get up at sunset.
But
We travel together.
I'm
I'm not
busy in
you
real life. That's what you call me
busy in
anyway.
real life also. But you not when you were, staying abroad in Dubai, was you getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to catch the sunset? And those sunsets in Dubai are beautiful. No, no, absolutely not. There are things that you're not doing at home that you do when you're on vacation.
I
Same,
do wake
same.
up at the butt crack of dawn though. So
You
I
do. You be
mean,
up. You be on your Zooms. You
I
be
be
up.
trying to I do be up.
You be up, but you ain't up doing what you was doing on vacation. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? I won't even put that on you. Me. As for me in my house, 5 o'clock in the morning. Now next week is gonna be different. I'm turning over a new leaf. All right. You text me in the morning, Brand, you might get a text back. I don't know if I'm gonna be talking that early in the morning, but it'll look a little bit similar. But I'm interested to know from the audience, like, what are y'all's thoughts? Do y'all think that vacay type of love is it Delulu? Is it possible that you can engage in it and fall in love? What do y'all think? And I think there's some interesting hot takes that I got when I was putting this episode together was that the psychology of vacation romances, you're in a lower stress situation, so there's less pressure, and people are living their best lives and giving you their best selves. Unless you're like Brenlin and you take your best self everywhere you go, you are always on one. Okay. Not shade, not shade. You say you the same everywhere, okay?
I
That's
mean, I feel
wonderful.
like I give what I give. Like,
Fair
it'd be
enough.
too tiring to give to something else all the time. Like, this is what I got, okay? Take it. Just
Fair
take it
enough.
from me.
Fair enough. But then also the power of location is something as well. You know, the Maldives and Paris hits a little bit different than Applebee's down by the house. That's no shade to Applebee's. I love what is it, 20 for 20. All right. Hook me up with some unlimited wings.
Riblets.
Not the riblets. But those riblets hit a little bit different when you sitting in the booth at Applebee's or when you down in Bali getting those riblets for, for the low low. It's different. It hits different. Another hot take that I was interested in is that people travel to escape, but does that mean that they're traveling to escape emotional baggage? And is it worth the journey to find it out? I've seen people, like you said, Brand, you have some friends that travel and indulge in, as you said, the jump off situations of a vacation, which, to each their own. But what are you actually getting into when you do those things? Like, are you picking up emotional baggage that somebody could have left at home? Did somebody come on this vacation to get over a heartbreak? How do you
Mm.
know that? How do you suss that out? What does that look like? And you said you've never been in this situation before, Brandon, but what would that look like for you? Well, if that was a situation, if you decided to let a little vacation love into your life.
Which part would look like me? What's trying to make sure I
Sussing
understand
people
what we're.
out. Sussing people out, because I think that is one of the, we've talked about safety when you travel, but when you decide to get into a little love, lust, or vibes, are you even trying to suss people out? Is it important? Do you really care if they are coming with emotional baggage? Do you care if it's the Lulu?
Absolutely, I can. I care. And actually, I'm over thinking, am I too scary to do this? To get, listen, I've been on watch one too many takers. Y'all know we talked about fear and travel the previous week. Like, I'm afraid somebody gonna take me. I know some of y'all might be looking like
Mm.
maybe ain't nobody gonna take you, but baby, I be feeling like I'm gonna get took. Okay, so where would we go? Because I can't take you back to my hotel. Like, I mean, we
It's
can have a
not too
drink.
far
We can have a drink
fetched
in the
that
lobby.
somebody might. You say you can't take them back to your hotel.
We'll be meeting. What's happening? What is
What
this
happens
is
in these
so
situations,
this is
y'all?
so beyond my thought process. Like,
This is not in your scope.
this is a whole new level of thinking. Like, what does this look like? I am too forward thinking to be like to just wing it with you in this moment. Like, I don't mind having a drink. I don't mind having a cute
Mhm,
little flirty situation. We can
mhm.
be, I don't know. I love to kiss. I'm a kisser. I don't know. I don't, I don't I don't know where else this would go. Where's this going? Where am I taking you? Am I
A
taking
walk
you
on the
anywhere?
beach, depending on where you at. Maybe, you might go to an event. What if you see this person at the beginning of your trip, and you got things planned and they like, oh, we're going to a little party. We found a little club spot. You want to come to this? We got a little section. You trying to come to the section and hang out with me and my friends? Y'all trying to come and whatever. I've been a third wheel in something like that. Well, not a third wheel, but like my homegirl and homegirls and some of the guys was like vibing or whatever, and they were like, well, let's hang out. And I was like, I don't want any parts of any of you guys. We can all be friends. We can laugh, slap fives, whatever. I will definitely go to some of these excursions that y'all going on, though. But like watching it, it was very interesting because to the point that you said, what are we doing? What's happening? There were times that they ducked off. Like I keep on saying, take a walk on the beach because I feel like most of the places have been like a beach type situation. But one of my homegirls got taken to dinner. The dude took her out. They went and had them a little, situation. I was like, okay, that's cute. You brave, because I don't know about me. I'm like you. I'm a little scary in that sense, like going off. Now, granted, we had dude's phone number, name, passport information, all the things, which I think is important to know. But y'all got to tell me in the comments. Let me know y'all's experience.
I I think it's cute for us to stay as public as possible. I
Mm.
mean, I am the club friend. I'll get lost in a corner real quick for a
What
little
you doing
bit.
in that corner, Brand?
I just get lost in the corner. That's all y'all need to know. I'll pop back up for air so that people know that I'm okay, because it's important that you know that I'm okay, right?
Brand will get missing. Like, where did she go? Where is
And mess
she?
it and mess around. I might not be in a corner. I may be in my car. I'm just
Maybe home.
just being
Yeah, I'm
I
actually
may
gone.
be all the way at the house.
I'm
Okay.
gone. I'm gone.
I'm
I'm
just
taking a
saying.
taxi. I'm going back to the hotel, whatever it might be. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there was a piece of the question you asked, like people who kind of like go on trips and they are there um because they've gone through heartbreak. I've had a friend that's done that before. Like they went to like Italy or somewhere after a divorce. Like
Straight
and
love,
I
right?
think yeah, I think they do love they love real hard. I love my friend because she love real hard. And she be out there like this what she do. She love a
Mhm.
good time. Okay. So
I'm not
I
mad at
guess
that though. I'm not mad.
but can I imagine meeting somebody who is, I don't know. I think the only reference point I have, low key, is how Stella got her groove back. Like, where is
That's
Winston?
what I
Because if I'm meeting a
Winston.
Winston, now that might be a little something different, honey. You done took
How
a
would
little
you know
cub
though?
home.
How would you
I
know?
don't,
Stella
I
didn't
would.
immediately meet Winston and think, "This my man, my man, my
She
man."
thought
Stella
he was
met Winston. They
12
had to go through some things. Okay,
because he was 12. The
fair.
man
He
was
was
12.
he was grown. He was grown. He was grown. They could experience what love was like after that. Which I mean, that's perfect that you brought that up. But let's check out this comment. Sadie Holland said, "YOLO." Let's be emotionally mature enough to know that it is what it is in the moment. Have a good time. Get your not get your bone, slap some tongues. Get back on your plane and and let it where it's
I
at.
knew I should have. I knew I should have wore my pearls today. I knew I
I
should
was
have worn my
not
pearls
prepared.
today.
I was not prepared. Basically, Denise said, "Leave it. Do what you got to do, whatever you came to do on vacation, and leave it where it's at."
That's what she
I
said.
listen.
Listen, Sadiq, I'm not even mad at that thought process. Okay. Like, I don't think I'm not mad at it. I just feel like I haven't been in the moment of it. Like,
Mm.
could I do it? Probably, maybe. But like I said, I'll be out here busy and be back in my bed because I got stuff to do the next morning. But, but maybe I'm at the wrong locations too. Maybe my travel has me, it don't got me. Cause to your point, I feel like a lot of this happens at these resorts and these beaches, and people be snuggled up with the pool guy. That's really where they be at. Like, I
Not
don't
the
even know if
pool
they
guy.
do they I
Pool
need to
guy.
be connecting with somebody else that can help my life a little differently. Like, I'm just saying
Not the pool. I'm
that
tripping.
they
I'm tripping. You know what, Brand? I honestly think you made a very good point though when you mentioned that not the location. I don't think that it's the location of it all for you. I think that you probably a little bit scared. I think
I
that you
might be.
you be booked and busy, but you also I think you got some reservations. Like where you come from, who you with, who your mama daddy
Who
is, who
sent
your
you?
cousin,
This is a
who your
conspiracy.
friend,
Who sent you?
who
Why are
sent
you over
you
here?
here.
Why are you over here, sir?
Why are you here? What are you doing? I think that that's more of it for you. I don't think. I think if I don't know. I think if the opportunity presented itself in the right way with the right safety parameters, then you might be down with it.
I might be, but I will be honest. While my head is on a swivel for danger, I really be focused on getting through my trip. So you have to intervene in this tunnel vision that I got. Like you won't have to stand in front of me. I'll be like, oh, well, hello, good sir. How are you?
If he just stand
That's
in front of you, that's it. That's all.
hello, hello. And you
I don't
smell
believe it.
good.
I don't believe it. I do
You
not
don't
believe
believe
it.
it. You don't
Uh-uh.
believe it. I'm just
Mm-mm.
saying.
I believe he gonna have to have some bells and whistles because if he just stayed in front of you, you're gonna be like, "Child, you are blocking
Bells,
my
whistles,
sunlight."
and some good cologne, honey. Cause then I might look.
Well, hello. What you got going on? We
Hello.
We have a comment from Instagram from Danny the Ace. She said she just saw a video about this and he was a lifeguard. I think she's maybe speaking to the point where you mentioned the pool guy. Listen, as long as you are okay with the occupation of the person, whether they are visiting, local, but then that comes into another conversation. If you, as Berlin said, talking about the pool guy, or Danny the Ace said it was about a lifeguard, what are you doing when you leave? Are you just leaving that relationship? Does it depend on how good the conversation is? Like, what happens then?
I think for me, I'm working on this in my personal life, in my personal
Okay.
private life.
Okay.
I be wanting to know what's next. So, are we doing this for I think so these sis say like for fun, for kicks, for
Like for fun.
giggles. But what you trying to do, sir? Why are you here? Like why it's
And
stressing
I
me
guess
out right
the
now, and I
question
don't
for
be getting
people,
stressed like this.
I guess for the question for people also is if I guess definitely knowing what you're doing is important, whether it's for now or for somebody's looking for long term. That is important because you don't want to get caught in one of those cycles. Uh, yeah, I would just leave that there. That is important to know. Brian, hit us with this comment. L,
This
hey girl.
Hey L just said, "Child, I'm late tuning in. I just ran into a convo about the pool guy. Girl, L, we talking destination and dating, love, lust, or vibes, and we're just talking about like how people really be out here hooking up, getting they love, lust, or vibes on out here in the street in these travel streets, because
And
it
we
be
want to
happening.
know. We
We
want to
want
know
to
the
know.
tea. Yeah, we want to know the tea.
Me
Brand has
too.
already mentioned that, she hasn't ran into a situation, but we're just talking scenarios. What would y'all do? What do y'all do if you run into these situations?
Now
Which
somebody be done seen this video and be like, I saw you on YouTube and I'm the situation. Are you
they
the
trying to
situation
flew
for
you
real?
out. They trying to flew you out. That's what it's gonna be, Brand. Let's see what
Granny. Now
it
I
is.
have been flown out before. I just ain't never been
But
that's
it was
them
somebody
two
that you
different.
already knew.
Yeah. So even when I was thinking about we were talking about the idea of the episode came up. Now I've been flown out before, but the vacation thing has happened with somebody I already know. But meeting a stranger,
But
ooh,
there is something
ooh.
in that topic as well. When you get flued out, depending on the situation, are you getting flued out knowing that it's only a vacation? When you go back home, are you in a situation also? Because those things change. Relationships on
Now you asking
vacations
too
look
much.
different.
You asking too much of my business
I'm
now.
just
What?
saying, the people in the comments, y'all tell us because I don't know. My husband only flies me out, so it's a vacay all day, every day with us. So I don't know what to tell you. But
Listen, I have been flown out to be transparent with the people. I have been flown out, and it was a situationship of sorts.
mhm, mhm.
Um, Actually, they were all situationships. Let's be
Well, let me
honest. They
ask
were
you
all
this,
little
Brand, without
situations.
getting too much into it. Is that difficult to get flued out, have a situation, go back home, and be like, back to the regularly scheduled program? Is that difficult?
Was it difficult for me?
Yeah,
No.
I can't.
I,
I don't know that
but
person.
I I can't speak for others. But I'm a firm believer of being in my lane. Long as I know what my lane is,
Mm,
I stay
let
in
me
my lane.
know.
Now, when I
Yeah.
want to signal over to do more things with whatever this is happening, and you be like,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, I'll get off the next question then.
I was just seeing
Let
if the
you,
lane was clear. Lane's not
you
clear.
know,
Scoot back over.
I just but that's how I operate. But I've had a couple of grand old times with a little flown out situation.
Not a
Okay,
grand old
a
time.
grand old time, a little flown out situation.
I'm
Listen,
not
now
upset
you
with
say
that.
you gonna put me on a plane, baby. Window seat me, please.
And let you
Preferred.
know what the parameters are before you get there. There
What
it
you,
is.
what do you mean parameters? Like,
What it is, what it's going, what lane you need to be driving in.
well, I feel now. Are we talking about payment of sorts? Because I feel like if you,
Absolutely not.
oh,
Absolutely not. We are just talking about how far this vacay, how far this love, lust, or vibes goes. Is it only
well,
on
if
the
somebody
trip?
is putting you on a flight, I'm just saying, this is on and popping. This is what this is, right? This is
Fair,
full. I'm just
but
saying,
where?
like
But where? Is it
now
only
there
on
are
the
some.
trip?
We've talked about this before, where there's some people that feel like just because you got flown out, there's no put out. There's no you just going to have. If he wanted to take you out to dinner, or she, or them, or they wanted to take you out to dinner, they would have did that in state, in country.
Maybe
No, they
it's a
want to. They're gonna
restaurant.
put you.
Maybe it's a restaurant that's not inside of their country. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Again, I've only been flued out by my man, and I know what's happening when we flues out. When we get flued out,
I've been
okay?
flown out by somebody who felt like my man when he flew me out. It was a great time too. We had a
That's
good
all.
time.
That's all that I'm
Good
wondering. I'm
time.
just wondering how is that set up for you all?
Concert.
This destination dating when you get there and then when you return. So maybe I can break it down a little bit more with with my next topic. Okay. All right. So and this question is for the audience. Y'all put in the comments if you ever had a vacation, babe, and more importantly, did it make it past the return flight? That's kind of what I was getting at, Brand. No payment, no nothing. Just did it get past the return right?
Better
So
give me
make
some
sure that y'all
parameters over here.
comment, let me know. And
This is the Takeoff after dark. The Takeoff
Lord
after
Jesus.
dark.
So this goes into our next topic, which focus on what happens when the plane lands and the vacay ends. So let's talk about if long distance relationships, especially international ones, really work, or is it just a heartbreak on delay? L in the comments said, if you're flown out, you're putting out. Period. We're grown. Hey,
And she
that's
got a
y'all
husband.
business. That's y'all business. That's that on that. Just make sure everybody, all parties are aware. That's what I will say. But as someone who has had very few long distance relationships by choice, I can say that without a shadow of a doubt, they don't work for me. That's not my ministry. At least not in the creating a foundation stages. Like when we're first starting out, I being long distance, I can't do it. Okay. I'm a believer that distance definitely makes the heart grow fonder, but I want to soak up the fondness by seeing my boo more than not seeing them. And as an established couple, I think that adding distance doesn't hurt, or like it's easier to work with than doing it from foundations. Now, other people I know are in long distance relationships. I commend you all. Y'all are, listen, y'all be doing it. I don't know how, but y'all really do it. What are your thoughts, B, for the long distance love? Is it worth the struggle, or is it a
I,
struggle?
I would be down for long distance. I've had a couple of long distance little things happening. I think you just have to be really creative. And there's a lot that allows you to be creative. I think the age of social media allows us to be more connected probably than we've ever been. And when I say creative, I am the queen of little creativity of creative activities because
Mm-hmm.
I did live abroad and I was talking to people in the States, right? And this idea of I'm down to cook with you over Zoom. We can make
Oh,
breakfast together. That's
that's
cute.
cute.
Yeah, did a little we can do like a little French toast, little grits or
Mm-hmm.
something, little
Mm-hmm.
bacon on the little plate, we can sit down and have dinner
Okay,
together.
making us hungry. Mm.
We can do we can eat dinner together. You want to order Cheesecake Factory? I got Cheesecake Factory. We can do that. You wanna build Lego sets together. You go buy the Lego thing, we build it. I go
Oh.
buy the Lego thing, we build it. We connect that way. We can do a little
Mhm.
Netflix party,
Okay.
on one of my evenings. Like I think for me, I am okay with the distance as long as we are still connecting. However, my love language is also quality time. So for me, getting on a call and being, I remember, I think I told you, remember that? You remember somebody asked me, was I a phone person?
Oh.
Apparently so. Apparently so. I am a phone
Yeah.
person. I will sit on
Mhm.
the phone with you for hours. Okay. I just need my quality time.
Do
Okay.
you equate
How
that phone time to quality time? Is
I
that
do, because
okay?
you're
Because I
giving me
think
your
some people would
time.
think quality time would be like face to face. I think just thinking on the surface that people would think that, but quality time can be over the phone too. Like,
When you for me as a quality time kind of girl, I'm the type of person that we can sit in the same room and we be doing two completely different things. Like my quality time doesn't mean necessarily that we are full on interacting with one another. You
mhm,
could be on your laptop, I could be over here
mhm,
taking Zoom calls, but we in the same space. You mean you rubbing my feet, we sitting here cuddled up, like all those cute little things, right? For
mhm,
me. Or we could be working, but with long distance at play, I for me, I have to figure out how do I still connect with you. And for
mhm,
me, we as long as I can find a way to connect, it works well for me. Now, to your point, if I'm talking to somebody whose love language is physical touch, that would involve us being a lot more in a closer proximity, or not even, because since it's been given Takeoff after dark, let me give y'all something else. Like what if their their love language is more acts of service, like they need
mhm,
things done for them, like,
mhm.
and maybe I can't do all of these things from a distance. I think that makes it challenging, but I'm down for a long distance love, and I'm okay with it being a struggle, because I for just an experience in relationships alone, like what you could be face to face and we struggling harder than I would be if we were from far away. Like, what is
You better tell
I've
somebody.
seen some struggles. Okay. We like, dang,
Fair
that's a
enough.
lot. And y'all 5 minutes from each other. That's too much.
To that point, one of our viewers, Danny the Ace, said, "Distance makes my heart move on." Listen, to
Crank
each their
up the
own.
car.
To each their own. And to your point, I agree that, every relationship has their struggles. I think that it is important to choose what struggle you want to indulge in, to stick around for. Like, what is that struggle that you're choosing? If your struggle is long distance and you all can weather it, more power to you. I think that, you can get to know somebody more by having that distance, like not seeing them all the time, not having that physical element. I think that that's one of the kind of pillars around when people talk about like abstinence in the church, when they talk about like waiting until you get married. Your partner on a totally different level when that physical aspect is taken away from the equation. You're talking, you're getting to know them. But for me, I gotta know if your socks stink. I gotta know if you stink. Do you bathe often? Okay. Do you wash dishes? Do you sweep? I need to know your habits. I gotta be around you to see these things. And distance does not help me to do that. So for me in my house, we got to be together. But again, that's a foundational thing. After I get to know you, if I know that I don't mind the way your dirty drawers smell, if I know that you leave your socks by the front door, okay, not a problem. I'll pick them up because I like you that much. If I know that after the foundation, like that part, then we can start adding some distance if we need to. You know what I
I
mean?
think I think we can get there. I like what Jasmine says. It takes work to make it creative, and that's the fun part. And I do feel like that's the fun part for me. Organizing all of these little shenanigans from a distance, that I like that. Okay.
You like organizing
Indulge.
things, period.
I do. So let me organize some cute little stuff from a distance, and then I can meet you in the country so I can have my vacay, and I not be meeting up with no stranger thinking he gonna take me.
Okay. Well, then declare your point, girlfriend. And I think, some of the interest it takes when it comes to long distance relationships for me are one that the fantasy versus the reality kind of take. Can FaceTime replace real life connections? Like, can being on that phone, can it replace those things? What?
I don't I don't think we're doing it to replace. I just think like because my plan isn't to be long distance forever, right? But I mean, I think I even
I mean,
think of
yes,
like
yes, yes. Your plan for sure.
yeah, my plan wouldn't be long distance forever. Like, but
So
if
how
we
long would
gotta
you do long distance? How long is too long?
I would know better in the situation. I mean,
Hmm.
because I will say, as a as a woman getting older, my time that I give people looks a lot different. Like in my 20s, I had way more time to give than I do knocking at 40. Okay, like knocking at 40, it looked like it looked a little different. But I would have to
Mhm.
read the situation. I would read the room for sure. Now,
Understandable.
you
I
act
get
like you
that.
ain't trying to be serious about a girl, then I guess it's meetups only until I'm ready to get off this highway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I'm interested to see in the comments whether you're on Replay Gang or you are tuning in live. Let us know your thoughts. Is it worth the struggle for you? Have you been in a long distance relationship that worked out, that didn't work out? What were your positives? What helped it work? What was not so positive? What were your takeaways from it? And I want to kind of
Now,
hit, go
now,
ahead.
Tia, you said you had a few long distance relationships.
Very few.
Very few, like one or two, three or four,
Like two, maybe two.
like two. And how long? How big was the distance though?
It was from Abu Dhabi to North Greensboro, North Carolina. It was 7,000 miles.
Oh,
Did not
okay.
work. Did not work. And I mean, and I definitely think to your point that long distance, it was number one a situational type of thing. Both situations were different. Um, one situation was after a breakup and I moved abroad and was like, "Oh, let's see what happens." And it was like, "Absolutely not. You can't handle this." They couldn't handle the distance. And we knew that from the like almost the time that I landed. Just the 8-hour time difference alone was like, "Oh, babes, you can't even you can't even change your clock to text me when I need to be texted and call." Absolutely not. So that was like a no-go for me. And then the next
Make me
one,
smile and say you downloaded the world clock app. Make me smile and say you did that.
okay, just small act of service. That's all I need. Just a little bit. Let me know that you care. Okay, let me know that you care without letting me know. Hey, babe, I realize that it's uh 6 a.m. and you on your way to work. You know that? Thank you. I feel appreciated. Just small things like that. So, and then the next one was just like, again, 7,000 miles away. Like, hey, I know you in Abu Dhabi. Would you like to try and see if we can make this happen? And it did not. We could not make it happen. It wasn't. It wasn't. Wasn't it?
Okay.
Not for me. Again, I need that physical, face to face. And then also, I can speak to, I would say, a third time, I suppose, since I've been married. When we first got married, why were we apart for so long? Like, immediately after we got married, Travis came back or went back to Abu Dhabi, and I stayed at home. I think I was switching jobs or something. I had decided to switch schools. And right after, like 2 weeks after we got married, he headed back to Abu Dhabi. And I don't think that we were together for like a month and a half. Whether y'all say that's a long time, long distance, I had just gotten married to this man, and that was a month and a half. I had never been away from him that long. So, definitely speaking to the point of you making things creative, keeping things spicy, definitely had to do those things. And we're still here and kicking. So, it's possible. And again, like I said, I could do it if forced, but it's not something that I'm trying to do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One other
Understood.
point that I wanted to talk about is like visas and logistics and things, because I think that one of the things with destination dating is when you meet people, and to your point, you talked about how Stella got her groove back. She met Winston. What was they in Jamaica?
They was in Jamaica.
When you meet people that are from different places, if you decide to make that love connection after the plane lands back wherever you're from, what does that look like for you? Are you then vetting people to make sure that they're not just trying to date you for status, whether that be visa status, your country status, money statuses, all of the things? How do you vet those things for people? Like, what what does that look like? What is that?
Um, that's a good question. I will say to this, um, when I first moved abroad, my first thought was meeting people who did not have an American or a European or a UK passport, British
Mhm.
passport. That made me nervous.
Why's
Like,
that?
because they have to go through so many hoops to go to so many other places depending on where their passport is from. Like, that's a
Mhm.
whole nother level of headache. Like, we have a friend who just their husband is not US based. And the passport process was a lot. Not husband, boyfriend, but their passport process was a lot. Getting a visa to get into the States to go see her family was
Mhm.
like a bit of a situation.
Or even not
So
that, traveling, period. Like, see, you
yeah,
fall meet somebody, fall in love with a lesser passport than you, and just going on a vacation somewhere is expensive. Like you said, kind of a hassle, because unfortunately everybody's passport is not weighted the same. Even if you got the money to travel to a place, oh, if your passport is weighted less, then you have to go through all of these hoops, approvals, everything, which is just like, again, there we go. Is it worth it? Is the struggle worth it? Like, is the love that deep for you? I think a lot of people would say yes if they get all the way to that point, but also the fact that you even have to think about that before you start these destination dating situations.
yeah,
Okay,
we
hey
have a
Janine.
yeah, Deneen joining us in on TikTok today. She says she's been in a very long distance relationship. She was in it for 4 years and been there, done that. I took that to mean like she ain't interested in going back. That's a long time.
But wait,
That's a long
Janine,
time. I don't know if I can last 4 years now. My little creative juices now. They creative, but at some point we got to close the space. We have got she married him. Been
I
there,
was about
done
to say,
that.
I think that's what
Hitched.
I think Janine is married. I think
Hitched. Hitched. Okay, Deneen. My bad, girl. Didn't know. She said we did close the space.
She
Very
closed
close.
that gap. I
Okay.
was about to say, I've
Very
seen her
close.
husband on her TikTok live. So,
Gap
well, there we
is
go.
closed.
There we go.
Okay.
Making that destination dating, that love, making it work. Listen, I'm not mad at it. If it works for you, then make it work. And as digital nomads and expert expats, we have our own perspectives of long distance relationships. As a young woman that's dating, Brand, do you think that overall a long distance relationship can never really work?
Yeah, I think it can
Mm,
work. Clearly,
okay.
Deneen is proof of that. She did it for 4 years and married the man. Like that is evidence.
Check.
Okay.
It
That's
is. It
good
is right
evidence.
there.
She said she love us. We love you back. Okay.
Ah, ain't mean. And then I want to know also, what about relocating for love? So, Brandon, you talked about that you think that they can work and that you'll put in the effort to make it work. But what then happens when it comes time? Because if there's distance, then obviously two people are living in two different places. Who moves? Who makes that decision? What does that look like?
I think it's a joint decision. I would be okay with moving for love, but it needs to make sense for me. For my little Capricornness over here, the logistics, the plan, the vision of it all. And I know
Mhm.
I need to be able to pivot, but it just needs to make sense. Am I moving? Um, am I moving to you and you make more money, or is it best for us to move wherever I am, right? Like,
Mm,
so I think all of those conversations need to happen. Things that need to make sense need to happen. I have a friend that recently got married, and literally wasn't planning to move this soon. Like, husband was living in one area. They haven't merged quite together, but husband just got a new job all the way in another state. So the
mhm,
idea of like, I'm now needing to shift my life to move here. And we really weren't planning to do this for at least another year. Like, I
mhm,
think moving happens based on like our situation, and what works best for us as a team, as a partnership, as a family unit, right? But would I move for the right person? I would move for the and I ain't moving just because you said, hey girl, move, because I want to close this distance. My hand, I wear a lot of rings, but they ain't the ring. Okay. So some things need to
What are we
fall in
talking
order. I am still a
about?
Southern gal. There's a
Mhm.
few things that need to just happen for me
Y'all
for
put
this
in the
to work.
comments what would make you move? What would make you relocate and close that gap of a long distance relationship? And I also want y'all. Oh wait, and Elle also put a comment. She said, "I literally have a list of places that are visa free for people who already have a U.S. visa, just for travels with the hubby."
That's
It's
smart.
important. It's smart and it's important. You don't think about those things until you run into a situation where a country tells you that you can't come in because you don't have a layover visa, and then they kick you out, and then you have to cancel your whole trip. Oh,
Now,
that's
L, if you're still with us, can you tell us again where your husband is from? L, actually, I think this conversation, Tia, you
hmm
you and L on the same page. L met her husband in Dubai. She met her
okay.
husband living abroad, dating abroad, and they got married, um, as well. But I can't remember what country he's from.
And
So
for
that's cool
context,
to
for those
already.
people,
Yeah, and
go
Elle
ahead,
is a
baby.
traveler. She be traveling. So like the idea of creating, that's really good. That's a really good tip for people who are
Period.
interested in dating abroad, and you're meeting somebody maybe at one of these beautiful resorts, and it kind of pops off for real. But to have a list of places that he's able to travel to. Oh, Mauritius. Yes, I can't pronounce that, L,
Girl,
but
I was
he's
like,
he's
I looked, I said,
he's from Mauritius.
what?
Mauritius.
Mauritania. There it
Is
is. Let
that
me
how
know if
you
I got
say
that
that?
right. I don't know. Never been to Mauritius, but it's on the list. It's
I heard
definitely
it's
on the list.
beautiful.
But to Elle's point, even if you don't have a partner that is going to these different places, even as a US citizen, and I'm speaking in terms of Americans because we are American and most of our viewer base is, but shout out to those of you who aren't. I know we have some UK viewers in here. But it is important that you make sure oh, not Mauritius, period.
Well, We're gonna have to get the pronunciation on this one and put it in the comments or
and
something
figure out
later
where
for
it
the
is on
replay.
the
Now
globe.
you got. I'm gonna have to go Google Map this. Okay,
Mauritania,
pulls
where
out
are
now.
we? Where are we on the globe? You have my my brain tickled now. But okay, to the point, make sure that you check out places that you can get into with your passport without any type of mix up, flub ups, anything. Make sure that your visa is done before you leave. Make sure that you apply in enough time, that you have money to pay for it. Uh, I'm sure, I don't know, Brandon, if you've had clients that are like, oh, I have a visa that I need to pay for, didn't realize that it cost this much. Um, yeah, it does cost this much, and I told you that there was a possible visa process to go on with this trip. So there are just certain things that you need to figure out before you travel anywhere. Unless you want to be VIP travel concierge service from the travel professionals that are on the Takeoff that are here.
That are
Ivy
here.
Jones said negative, and I don't know if that was to the relocation question or
I
how
think it was
long
to the
she would
relocation.
to the relocation
Mhm.
question. She said absolutely not. Well, she is about to be a married woman, so wherever he goes, you go, Ivy. Possibly, maybe not. Let me know.
For
All
those of you
right.
interested in where Elle's husband is from, the country is located between Morocco and Senegal. We, we
Morocco.
will look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a bigger map. My globe, I can't I can't zoom in to that close. But here's a takeaway tip for this segment of the show. If someone isn't making real plans to see you, they are just a pen pal without a passport. Okay? And maybe they do have a passport, but we're just gonna leave it at that. They're just a pen pal. Make sure that you know their intentions before getting into something serious or too long. All right. My girl Denise said she was in a 4 year long distance love relationship and that turned into a marriage for her. So there we go. All right. And then Ivy did respond. She said, yes, definitely. Wherever he goes, I will follow. I will follow him. Follow him. Where? No, different him. Okay.
Yes. No, no, I know that. You started a
All
little
right.
high, I couldn't join in.
I was up there in the rafters. All right,
Was
so now we have to go to another place. So some people have wavering vacation morals. All right, they'll act super committed at home, but let a trip to Ibiza happen, and suddenly they're single for the weekend. Is it still cheating if you're in another time zone? I'm asking for a friend. Is it still
one.
cheating if you're in another time zone? Brand, are you team what happens abroad stays abroad, or is that just an excuse to cut up?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Absolutely
We
not.
we said we together. Are we together? I'm in your shirt. Like we are together. What do we?
Now,
What
I
do we
didn't say
say?
that you was on the trip.
I heard what you said. I'm in your virtual shirt, your physical shirt. We are together. Okay, this is you don't get no hall pass. What we hall passing? Listen, there
That's
was
all.
who? What's my girl? Monyetta Shaw. Monyetta
Mhm.
Shaw. She her husband, like he kind of made it clear, like he does a lot of travel for work, and he's just like these women are beautiful, but I love you. So when I travel, I need you to be with me.
Mhm.
Sign me up. That's what I'm here for. You feel like you need to cheat when you leave the time zone, and you need to take me with you, baby.
Not if you feel like you need to cheat when you leave the time zone. You don't
I
need to be
mean
feeling like you need to cheat. Period.
that part, but I can switch this wig to make it feel like you're cheating if that's gonna make it better. I'm just saying. All I'm
Oh
saying
my
is
goodness.
I'll be there in your shirt, your virtual shirt, your physical shirt. Don't worry about it. But cheating, no, we not. That's not what we doing. We not.
Listen, I'm of the same school of thought as you. It absolutely is a no-brainer for me. You better not cheat when we're on the same zip code, time zone, whatever have you. Don't cheat, period. For me, for me. Now, some people may not even call it cheating. It may just be giving a little leeway here and there. You may just be given a little extra. If that's y'all situation, that is cool. But I am just curious to know, y'all put in the comments how you feel about it. Like, is it different if you're away from each other, if you're traveling? Some hot takes that I thought were interesting were like, do people cheat more when they're traveling versus when they're at home? So, those spring break excursions, Vegas boys weekends, girls Cancun getaways, or Like, are these trips another way to take a hall pass? I have been on the spring break trips and seen married men having a time, not cheating nothing without no cheating nothing without me. Period. Period. I listen, but I'm interested to see other people's perspectives. I'm interested to see other people's perspectives. That was a YouTube comment from Ivy Jones. Appreciate you for dropping these comments, girlfriend. But I'm curious to see what is on the other side of the spectrum. We're saying absolutely no cheating, but where's the side of the spectrum that says it's not cheating if I'm cool with it, if I let him go and have his fun? Those are the people
I
that
don't,
I want to hear from.
I don't have them kind of friends. Everybody I know ain't interested in no cheating.
Is it cheating
It
though?
I ain't even gonna hold you. And the friends that are interested, everybody is participating.
Hmm.
Wife, boy,
That's
like
not cheating
everybody.
though. That's not
That's my
cheating.
that's my point. The people that I know, they're not interested in cheating, and if they are interested in cheating, it's a group venture. We are cheating
It
together.
has to be together.
Okay,
It's no you
it
go off
we
on your own.
I think y'all might call them swingers. Y'all might have some other names for these people. Those are the friends that I have. Okay. They're not interested in no, you not gonna do. They said you gonna have fun without me. Don't worry about it. I'll just join in. Okay. Those are the friends that I have.
Okay, okay, fair enough. I'm not upset with it. I'm not upset, to each their own, to each their own. But I'm also wondering, is vacation cheating worse than regular cheating, or is a cheat a cheat?
A cheat
Is
is
it
a
worse than,
cheat.
like, if they go outside of the country, outside of the state to do whatever they gonna do, does it make you feel like at least they cared a little bit? They didn't want to
Let me
cheat
tell you
around the
something. You go
house.
out here and get you one of these exotic bras. That's gonna piss me off even more. You better pick one of these regular American bras over here. No, you better not go get you no Brazilian. Okay. Puerto Ricans and what? Don't go now. That will have
You want to
me hot.
piss me off?
Oh, you piss me
Oh,
off.
I'm real hot
Go
now.
cheat with an exotic girl.
So the vacation cheating is worse than the regular cheating, apparently, than the
Listen,
at home
honey. Oh, that
cheating.
would have me living. So you thought? Oh,
Oh, so this what you
well,
like?
I ain't gonna
You
see her
like a
again.
Brazilian?
I
Okay, you want a
thought
Puerto
I thought
Rican?
my bundles had you covered. Like, what are we?
Listen, absolutely not. I'm
My
on the
home,
team of absolutely not.
my homegirl, Keisha over on TikTok said cheating is cheating. She is a married woman. Okay, cheating is cheating. I agree. Your husband trying to figure out what you
DJ
talking
King
about.
Cooper, we
I
ain't talking about
agree, King Cooper.
nothing. We ain't talking about nothing that you don't already know about, sir. Okay, DJ King Cooper is on YouTube talking about what y'all talking about, not nothing that you don't already know about, sir.
She's trying to get a hall pass on her next trip. That's what she's trying to get. Just
Oh,
kidding. Just
absolutely not.
kidding.
Don't you? Not Ivy Jones. A bitty. Who is that?
Ivy.
T.S. Madison. them
Oh,
Puerto Ricans. They're the Ricans.
listen,
Ricans.
you wanna tick me off? Go cheat with somebody international. Okay, you better get one of
No,
them
you
regular
want to tick
Americans
me
that look
off.
miserable.
You want to tick me off? Go cheat. Period.
Period.
International,
I'm
in the
just
same zip
saying.
code, in the same emirate, in the same
I'm just
state.
I agree, but you asked a specific question. Does
I
it
did.
make it better if we go international? I'm saying it's going to make it worse.
It'll make it
Okay,
worse. Worse is you saying that vacation cheating is worse. Okay, gotcha.
they all bad, but if you want to put levels to this, go get you an international exotic broad.
Look at you. That started something, Brad. First, he said, DJ King Cooper said, Brand, you ain't fitting to start Nathaniel over here, babe. I didn't say it. I
I
didn't
didn't
say
stir
it.
no pot.
I didn't say it. It's no pots to
Keisha
be
said,
stirred. We ain't even in the kitchen.
my homegirl Keisha said full agreement on that. I think she's agreeing to if you go international and you get you an international bride,
That's
there's
worse.
levels to that. Get you one of these miserable stateside American
Well,
duck looking.
I think then I already know your position on this part. Then I'm curious for people out there. Are people less accountable when their partner is thousands of miles away? I know you take people in your heart with you, but your dude is out on a Vegas trip. His boy is about to get married. They are getting loose as a goose. Don't get me started. Do
That's what
you
the
feel
songwriter
is
said.
it a little bit what you say, Brian?
That's what the songwriter said.
That's what the songwriter said. Loose as a goose, don't get me started. But now he done got loose as a goose, and him and his homeboys are started. They have started to turn up the party. At this point, is it like, I mean, I understand. I get it. I know what happened. It's something in his liquor. Something in the liquor. Something happened. Is it a little less accountable? No, no little accountability. No.
What do you, I don't, can you repeat the question? Maybe I'm not understanding clearly. I want to make sure I answer with my right sense because
Distance,
people
which
might.
goes with our last topic, does the distance make you give a little more leeway? So whether it
No,
be so okay, we were just talking about long distance relationships. Long distance relationships, you don't they need to be completely committed to you and only you.
I think it depends on where we are. Are we, if
Mhm.
we are together, we dating? Like if we dating and we in an open dating model until we decided
Open dating model.
this is a
ODE.
one-on-one situation, then that's a completely different story. But
ODE.
now if you are saying we are together, like we are committed to each other, you
Then it
are
don't
okay with
matter the
me being
distance.
7,000 miles away. What do we say? I am not agreeing to that. I know people who have agreed to that. I have met a guy
Me too.
who, matter of fact, he did not disclose when we first met that there was an open relationship model with somebody else. I was like, oh, I didn't,
Oh.
I'm not interested. I said, so
Well,
how this work? You get to do what you want to do, and she get to do what she want to do. And that man was like, no, that's not how this works. I was bumfuddled. My my
not
my
bumfuddled
my flabbers were gasted.
all
So
the way
it
there.
ain't even equal playing field. So you get to do what you want to do while you traveling, and she at home and doing what? Because
Waiting.
that ain't the lane I'm gonna be in. Okay, we all turning up. We
I was about to say, would it have made it different if everybody could do what they wanted to do? Questions that need answers. I'm just saying. Now, I've seen a open dating model. That's what you said, open dating model, ODM. I've seen an open dating model where it's like, hey, you know, you need to stick within these parameters because we have distance in between us. We both need to get our needs met, as so it was quoted, so we can have that model, but it don't need to be any dating. Both of the parties were okay with it, which I think if that's what y'all need to do. You talked about doing having those what was it, those creative ways to keep it spicy. Maybe that's somebody's creative way of keeping it spicy. I
okay. This is stressing me out. Okay, let me. This is stressing me.
Oh
I ain't even got no
my
man. It's stressing me out. Uh, the answer is no. Like, no, we not doing. It's not what we doing. Like this. It's not what
The
we doing.
answer is no.
If we're dating and it's not like we haven't said we are committed to one another, that's a totally different conversation. But if we are in a committed relationship together, no, you just don't get to go out and do what you like. Like for me, I can speak for me and mine, or the mine I ain't got, or the mine I'm gonna have. Like for me and mine, I am not interested in introducing nothing to a potential marriage that I am unwilling to maintain.
Mm,
So if we
mm.
are dating, committed, like we saying we one-on-one dating, and you feel like because of the distance, you need to step out. I'm not saying yes to that now, because what happens when we are together and I go on a business trip or you go on a business trip? Does that mean it still applies then? Like, absolutely not. Like, so no, I am unwilling to introduce things that I cannot maintain. And that is something that I cannot maintain. So the answer is no. Now, one of our
Listen,
people, Ivy done said not a hangover situation. Exactly, girl. Like, what's happening? And then now DJ King Cooper is asking us, why is it a him and his homeboys, women's be in them streets?
I don't know
You have,
women that are in the streets. I don't have friends like that.
and so I'm gonna give y'all this. Me and Travis tend to agree on a lot of things. I don't disagree. I know some women that be in them streets.
We all know women that
It,
be in the
it
streets,
ain't.
but we standing up for women right now, and we talk
I
about him and his homeboys.
I just kind of feel like it's all equal footing. Okay. So
Fair.
if this is you and y'all travel and y'all do what you do and make it do what it do, baby. Okay. Then make it do what it do, baby, on both sides. that's where I stand up for the women. You ain't just about to be out here traveling. You get to do what you want to do, and other
Fair.
people don't get to do what they ain't gonna like. Now that's not that I ain't down for that. But either way, I am unwilling to maintain such situations. Okay, so
Fair enough. And I would happen to agree. I would happen to agree. You don't ever want to introduce anything into any situation that you cannot maintain. I agree with you on their brand. So, one of the takeaways, well, the takeaway from this particular topic is if you wouldn't do it in your city, don't do it overseas. The time zone does not erase receipts. Okay. They do not erase receipts. That's what we're going to stick to, and that's what it is. All right. Now, that was a good one. But moving on along, I have a better one for y'all. So let's talk about passport bros. All right. I'm not talking about a group of guy friends that love to travel and experience culture together. Let's get into it. If men are really moving abroad for love or easier dating, that's what basically the passport bro model is. So if you aren't familiar with this new phenomenon that may not be so new, but is becoming more popular because of social media, passport bros, for those of you who don't know, is often Western men going to foreign countries, moving abroad, sometimes even seeking better dating options than the options that are presented in their home country. Or even a little bit further, I've seen passport bros that date specifically on purpose outside of their race because the women that are in their race are too or I won't women speaking for passport bros, the women are too difficult, or they can find easier women in other cultures. I see Brandon already looking crazy. They say they're just looking for a traditional woman abroad, but a lot of people say it's given weird, it's given predatory, it's given, what is this? Brand, you already done scratched up your face. So what are your thoughts?
this is my first time hearing about passport bros. I don't even know what
Really?
I've never heard of passport bros. That's new. That's
Check
new to
it. Go on
me.
TikTok.
That's
They are
new to
real.
me.
They are
But so
real.
so just so I can understand, and maybe the people can also understand. So they are coming, they're traveling, or they moving, or both.
They're most of the time they travel to these places for an extended amount of time. They travel to these places for an extended amount of time. They meet these women that are completely different from their culture or their race, that's completely
Hmm.
different, and they go meet other women that they most of the time they're trying to marry them. I will say that they be seriously dating them from what I have seen from the passport bros situations. Sometimes they move, sometimes they just go for an extended amount of time. What is this fool saying? DJ King Cooper said, what did he say? You know damn well you don't heard of Passport Bros brand.
First time. I'm a first
What was the
timer on this
last
one.
one?
He said, "Here we go, getting back on the guys again." I mean, y'all be doing stuff.
They do be doing stuff, and it's a whole movement. I can't help that y'all have come up with a whole movement that is centered around. You ain't no passport, bro. What do you care? Why do you care?
Elle has contributed. She said the passport bros have gone from predator to prey. So
Hmm.
people looking for the passport bros. They looking for somebody to marry, and you look like you got it, so I'm with it.
So, from what I've seen in the situation for the passport bros, it is a situation of elevation. So, on their side, they are going to seek these women that are more submissive, that aren't as attitudinal, that aren't as traditional as they would get at home. I say
Mm,
attitudinal, I'm speaking specifically what I've seen black passport bros do. And then they go to these different countries to get these women who are more submissive. Now, the come up for these women that are more submissive is that it's a financial come up because these men are going like, I take care of you, all of these things. So Elle said they go abroad for easier or simple women. Nowadays, they are getting robbed and other things. Ooh, not other things. Mm.
this is a lot.
So
Y'all have
I
introduced
was about
me
to say,
to
so
a
as
whole.
you were just getting introduced to this, what are your thoughts?
This is too much. I like
I thought
living
my
in my
shit was
little
kind
a
of low.
little not a little naive bubble. Like what is What is happening out here in these travel streets? This is what y'all be doing while I be on my adventurous rides and
When you be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, catching a sunset, taking your pictures,
sunrise, and then
sunrise.
and catching my hot air balloons. Is this what y'all be doing? Like,
That's what they
listen,
be doing. That is what they be doing.
um, you know, I think get it how you live it. Like if that's what you want, then good for you. I mean, I'm clearly not the woman for you. I'm not saying I'm a difficult lady or anything like that, but I think that's I mean, if that's what you like, if that's what you like. My friend Lakeisha, she contributes. She said they be wanting a traditional woman, but be too broke to have that woman.
Damn.
Er.
Well,
And then there's that.
there's
Um,
that.
I mean, if you who are we? Who is anyone to tell you that you should like what you like? If that's what you
Mhm.
want and that's what you desire, your heart desire, and that's what's gonna make your heart smile and make your face happy and all these other things, then do that. Like, I mean, passport bros, I guess, sister, is there sister, passport sis? Is that
It's
exists?
not been coined, but it sounds like you're getting ready. You and Travis getting ready to create a coalition of the
A coalition, a passport
sisters.
sis, passport bros. I don't know. I mean, if that's what y'all like, I'm not. I mean, it sounds dangerous to me, but
Why dangerous?
I mean, you just gonna go. What are we? We started this episode. What are we doing? What is the end game? I'm just flying over. I guess you get to know the person, right? They're just not as you like, as you like.
Okay. So, my take on it is that I don't mind. And like you said, as you like, I think that people should be able to like who they like. You don't like people with big feet? Okay. You don't like bald people? Fine. You don't like people with no edges? Okay. That's fine. You can like what you like, who you like. That is fine. I think that it gets to be a little bit nuanced when it gets to saying, oh, you're a black man, you don't want to date black women because of this particular stereotype, so you're going to go find other women. And I think that introduces empower and balance. I think it introduces other stereotypes that might come into play in the conversation. And then I start to think, is that wrong? Yes, you can have a preference on what you like, but I guess we saying maybe you don't like, if you're thinking you don't like somebody with a strong attitude or posture and things, fine, but you can find that in any culture, race, I believe. Is it wrong? I think it depends on who you asking. I just think it depends on how you going about it. I think the whole thing of jumping on a plane to specifically get away from a group of people who you have deemed as this one way, to go and look and date a group of people who you have deemed another way, I think it's weird. It gives off weird vibes, but if that's what you like, okay, I suppose.
I mean, as you like if that's what you want in your life, if that's what makes you if that what makes your gears turn, then by all means hop on the flight. Who am I to? First of all, I appreciate you traveling.
Mm.
Okay. One thing I will say to this conversation is when I first moved abroad, people were just talking about like, oh, you're gonna find love in a new place, and the guys that be acting like they ain't got no sense, like you gonna find something. No, 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 no. They got passports, and this is clearly an example of that. Like they just, I mean, I have terminology for this that is not appropriate for this channel. Okay. But these folks they're not just stateside. They have passports and they're getting stamps and they be out here living their best life and got a family at home in one place and trying to get a new exotic lady in another place because she less difficult. And then
Ooh.
all of these conversations be running together with the people that I have met abroad. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Be
Yeah.
having whole families in one place, be cheating, but open relationship. But they couldn't tell you about that open relationship. And now they looking for somebody a little more exotic because that person has less thoughts about what they got going on at home. Like, okay, you don't want nobody who thinks, then good for you. Like, I
Ooh,
mean, if that's what you like, who am I
it's
to stop
hot up
that?
in here. It is hot
All
up
I
in
know is that just ain't for me. And for all my other
here.
single girlies and guys and them and theys and they're like all of you. who are
Mm-hmm.
listening, you probably feel the exact same way. Like, that's just not for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
which is also why I be out here with my tunnel vision when I be trying to get on my hot air balloon and trying to go get my little drone shots and stuff. Like
That thing
that.
just circled back around. You can see the wheels just spun in their head. Like, that's why I be doing exactly what I be doing.
This is why I
Listen.
have tunnel vision on my travels. Cause mess around and you find you a little passport, bro, and he don't know that this Brazilian ain't mine. Like, what are we talking about? Sir. No,
Listen,
sir.
I'm with you, Brad. I'm with you. And I think that to DJ King Cooper's point that had dropped in the comments earlier, is this type of dating category only to men? What about the women that do this? Maybe passport girlies, they would be deemed as. It doesn't have as nice of a ring as passport bros, but you get my point. And I think that, to your point, females do this as well. Living abroad, we've had experience of, like you said, people. Never heard oh, you gonna move abroad and fall in love easily. I never heard that. I've always heard, oh, let me date this particular demographic of men because these other because these other men aren't giving me what I need. For example, I've heard plenty of American Black women say, I'm done with American Black men abroad because, as Brandon gave examples, they ain't out here doing right. Most of them ain't out here doing right to people's experience. So then they
Listen,
switch up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna date me a Nigerian. I'm gonna date me a brother from the UK. I'm gonna date me a Jamaica. I'm gonna date me somebody else that's not them." So women are out here doing it as well.
listen, this is what I will tell to my American Black women who are listening. It don't change when you leave the country. Okay. If I could, I said a couple of years ago, I wanted to collect stories from my homegirls abroad and the people they have dated. And I say people because it don't matter if it's a heterosexual or a homosexual relationship or whatever it is. There's a lot of stories of just pure foolery just going on around around the country and around the world. Now, yes,
Homegirl tales. Work on that
homegirl
brain.
tales. Let me tell you,
Homegirl
like
tales.
as we started off in the beginning, some of it is for kicks and giggles. Like, it's a good time, YOLO. We living in the moment. Let's have a moment. And then some of it is, you know, some of us are interested in settling down, and it's the marathon that we run to get nowhere is always interesting. Like the stories that people want to keep to themselves. Or I didn't think that was important information. You didn't think it was important to tell somebody you have a wife or a husband? You ain't think, why did you
Those are those people that
why
I was
wouldn't
talking
that be
about in the
important?
previous discussion point of the miles between them gets legs between them.
Let
those
me
are
tell
those
you.
people. Those are
But
those people. But
all of
yeah.
these things lead. I love what Ivy Jones has said here. Hey, boo, your circus show clown. Whatever you like, honey. I am on my coming to a whatever it is you like.
Whatever you
Like
like.
that is that
Just make sure
is
that people are informed. People just need to be informed. If that's
I
what you
am
do, if that's what you just make sure, let me choose. Yeah, informed consent. Let me choose. Give me my options, and then I will let you know how I will move. Okay.
we talk about that all the time. That is 1000% where I am. Like, what? What? Informed consent. I operate in informed consent. But
Mm-hmm.
if you are a passport, bro, I am not hating. Okay, we are not hating. We are congratulating. Do you? Hopefully, you find what you're looking for out there. Because if that's what you need, then that's what you need. Good for you, honey. We can tap this up. Yes,
Fair
support
enough.
this way. You know what I'm
Fair
saying? But
enough.
as you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Passport bros. I mean, if same as Brand said, and apparently we didn't understand what the name for the passport girlies were. That didn't work. So Travis said that, or DJ King Cooper commented and said, the women are called IG models. So for all of you IG models, I guess that's the name that we're going for. Shout out to Lakeisha Cooper. Oh, someone that has my last name. That's pretty cool. Said it's my favorite travel podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and dropping those comments. Remember to drop those comments whether you are watching live or you're catching a replay. We love to interact with you and we love to stay engaged with y'all. So Brandon, would you ever date a guy that calls himself a passport bro?
So he think
If
I'm
he
exotic? Is that what we saying? He think I'm
he only
exotic and I
date
ain't
Black
difficult.
American women. He only date Black American women because he feel like you exotic. He feel like you got it going on. He loves your posture and what somebody else might consider an
Mm.
attitude, but he feels like it's you being strong mm,
Did
and
you
that's
did
what
you
he
just say I
want in
had
his
an
life.
attitude? Did you just
No,
say I had
like
an
your
attitude?
not attitude as in attitude. Your attitude towards life, girl. See, that's why people be messing stuff up.
Listen, you got to clarify, honey. I just want people to understand what
Your
she's saying now
attitude
on
towards
the replay. If you
life,
don't
not your
know, okay?
attitude.
Listen,
Your
I am a,
attitude.
you know, this is what I will say transparently. So when I'll start with this statement. I like what I
Mhm,
like when I like it. And I love that for me. I like what I
mhm,
like when I like it. When I first moved abroad and I was dating outside of my race and nationality, um, I realized, or I thought I realized that, oh, I really like Black American men.
mm.
And then for those of you that know me in the last X amount of months or whatever, that has kind of shifted for me. So I like what I like when I like it. I mean, maybe they Black today, maybe they not. Like
Maybe they Black today.
it is what it is. So at this point, I like what I like when I like it. I like whoever makes my heart smile. You choosing me and you a passport bro, then what's up, passport bro? Are we getting stamps together? Because that's
So it
I'm
don't
down for
matter to
that.
you that they have a type that doesn't throw up red flags or
Listen,
anything.
I hope that the man I meet, I hope I'm his type in every kind of way.
That's
What
my
you
type.
saying?
That's my type.
Honey,
I
I want to be
listen.
your
I love
favorite
it.
notification. I want to be your favorite type. I want to be all of it, okay? Can I
Come
be
on,
that?
Love Jones.
Honey,
You just
I
giving
am
me
your type.
poetry.
Honey, I'm your type. I'm your everything. That's what I want to be.
I
Amen.
like that. Amen. And the
Amen.
church says amen. I like that real
Put a
good, Brand.
benediction on that. You Travis Cooper type, ain't you? I hope so.
Every type, all the types, typing on a
All of
keyboard types,
them.
lowercase type, uppercase type, all the types, type A, type B, type C. You got that right.
I mean, a little AB, a little O type, O negative, O positive, like.
All of the things. So you're right. You're right. And I think, it's funny that we're having this conversation, like talking about it out loud, because when I first heard about passport bros, I was like, this is gross. Like, why are you like, and I think probably the first part of it was, don't be doing that to Black women, saying that we can't hold a man, or like we got too much attitude and whatever. Like, I was very offended by it because that's the demographic of people that I was seeing, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not cool with that. But talking it out, I definitely think it's just a preference of who you like. Now, why they done got this name and why they got this gang going on, I don't know. The passport bros, maybe that put a bad taste in my mouth too. But like who you like. And, I think that a takeaway for this could be that cultural awareness and self reflection are important when globally dating. So remember that, keep that in mind. And, that's what we're going to go from now. Period. Pooh.
Yeah. And we got
Yeah.
people saying they loving this, and we love that you love this. This is, I was apprehensive about this conversation because, honey, ooh, the girl's dating life has been a little interesting, okay? But this has been really good, okay? This has definitely been insightful, good. It got a little takeoff at the dart for 2.5 seconds. We brought it back to the
Yeah,
light,
real
but
quick.
real quick, but no, this is good conversation. I have never heard of the passport bros, digital nomad dating. I guess there's a lot of people out here that are, traveling and packing, and so they're you're experiencing love and relationship, or lust and relationship and vibes, just in a place that's not your permanent home address, right? So it's
Yeah.
happening. Just so you know, it's
Yeah.
happening.
I mean, if we're telling people to take off and go find, not love in people, but find love in cultures and different things around the world, then why not find it in people when you're traveling? So
Honey,
I
y'all
do
got
love
me
this
wanting to, I
conversation
gotta open
too.
my tunnel vision the next time I go to a new location. I gotta see
Not
beyond
Brand
my
about to be a
itinerary.
passport, bro. Brr, brr, brr. Oh, wait, we got that Brand about to join the passport, bro. Brigade. Let me find out. Turn up for Brand one time, passport bros. All right, so we are going to move right along. Thank y'all for commenting and being so like y'all have been on it today. This has been a really good one. So we're gonna go into a little gamey game called Suspect or Respect. Okay, I think y'all are really gonna like this one. Brand has not seen this, so I'm really excited to play this game with her. And I'll explain the rules to y'all. All right, let's get to it. So for suspect or respect, we'll go through scenarios and decide is it suspect or questionable or respect reasonable. Okay. You ready for that, Busy?
Is it suspect, questionable,
Is it
or
like, is the
respect?
question like, is it like, is that like shady or is it
Okay.
respect reasonable? Y'all give me
All
one
right.
second on this. Y'all know technology, the aunties be over here trying to make it work, and we got all these different things going on for y'all. And sometimes it'd be like, wait, what's happening? What we got going on?
Listen, well, while you pulling it up, I'll go ahead and talk to the people about one of the other things we got going on. So Tia and I are both travel agents. We are in the business of travel and building our travel brands. We're super excited about all of the work that we've been doing and all of the great
Mhm.
things that we've been putting out there. One thing that we will say is that travel is an $8 trillion industry. And if you're ever
Listen.
interested in joining the money making side of
Mhm.
travel, we would love for you to tune in at the travelagentworkshop.com. Use our sponsor code. Mine is Never Unpack if you want to work directly with me, or Take the World if you want to work directly with Tia. We would love to coach you in the travel business. So just as we're shifting around, just know that we out here talking travel. We live in travel. We experience and love and all the things abroad in travel. We've done those things, been there, done that, right? And we're
Mhm.
also talking business. We are some money making people in travel. Okay.
We does
So
this. We does this, and we
with
can
this,
help you
this
do
what
this too.
this is what we do. And so we're gonna hop right on in. You said suspect or
Suspect or
respect.
respect. All right. So we have
Mhm,
different scenarios, and you let me know is that suspect or okay, I respect it. Okay.
mhm.
First one that we have. You met someone or you meet someone on vacation, but they post the trip like they came alone. Suspect or respect? Y'all can answer in the comments too.
I am going to say respect.
Respect. Okay. Brand said respect. Hey,
Oh,
Hashundo. Okay.
yeah.
Why
Because I
respect?
mean, because we gonna introduce you when it's time to introduce you.
Okay,
Like,
period.
you
So
know what
you
I'm saying?
okay with
Like,
having a leg in the photo, but nobody knows whose leg it is?
listen, one of my former students, and she hear this, she will laugh. She finally introduced me to her boyfriend at A&T's homecoming this past year. And I said to that man, I said, "Oh, this shoulders," because literally in every picture, I have only seen this man's shoulders. She has told me that man's real name. She posted them for Valentine's Day the other day, and I literally was like, "Oh, it's shoulders. Hey, shoulders. They look so cute together. Her and shoulders. That
Hey,
man ain't gonna be
shoulder.
shoulders for yeah." So I am down for it. When you ready, when
Okay,
you
okay,
ready.
bet. In the comments, Ivy said that's sus. Ivy say, show me, show all of me. If I'm on a trip with you, then show everything that I got going on. Brit put respect because it ain't their business. It ain't none of your business.
Britt got me on that too this year hard. Stop telling y'all folk everything now.
I'm on all sides of it. I see where y'all coming from. I see where y'all coming from, but I'm married, so you better show me. Post me, baby. Okay. All right. Next scenario. Next scenario. Someone tells you their relationship is different when they travel. Now, you talked about consent. They tell you that their relationship is different when they travel. Is that suspect or respect?
That's suspect. I can't respect that.
Now, you said you wanted somebody to keep it 100 with you.
That don't mean it ain't suspect.
Why is it suspect? What's suspect about that?
Their relationship is different when they're traveling. What you mean? Like we together and your relationship different when you travel?
No, like
Or
somebody is telling you about their relationship status. They're going on a trip and they're like, "Yeah, when I travel, we got rules. We can do things a little bit different."
that's suspect. I
It's
looked a
still
man
suspect.
dead in his face and told him he was suspect. What? We just talked about this. I literally asked that man, so what she do at the house? What you do? So you get that drop it like it's hot everywhere with lukewarm when you want to, and she do what while she at home? No ma'am, no ma'am, no
Lord
sir.
Jesus. Okay.
Suspect.
Suspect. All right, let's move on to our next scenario. All right, a guy tells you he doesn't date Black American women. Instead, he travels to find love. Suspect or
Res-
respect?
Respect. Don't waste my time.
Hmm, let you know from the beginning. Okay, respect, respect. Let's see. Um, Okay, we have a couple of comments from the last one. Suspect on that last one, telling you that their relationship is different when they travel. And then we have another one, suspect, because the other person may not know that the relationship is different. Huh. Okay, that's something right there. Let me tell you, that is something. All right, for this one, we have a comment that says respect. So a guy tells you he doesn't date Black American women. Fine. To each their own. Do your thing, brother. More respect to you, more power to you. All right. So you've been talking long distance for a year, but they've never invited you to visit their country. Suspect or respect?
That's suspect.
Why is that suspect?
But in my head, I'm gonna tell you what I really thought. Not they didn't invite me. You mean to tell me they didn't pay for a flight? Is that what you're saying? That's too totally. That's really why I
Those
frowned
are
my
two
face.
totally different things.
Not they didn't invite me. No, you didn't pay for a flight for me to come see you in your home country. Wait a minute, it's a lie.
What if they
I know
couldn't
that's
afford it? What if maybe they're not ready? You know what? We're not talking about the what ifs. You said suspect, and that's it. That's all. Okay. That's it. That's all. All right. Next one. Your partner tells you that they're taking a solo trip.
respect for me. For me and mine. Suspect. You
Understandable,
wanna?
because as you can see my face, uh,
Mm-mm.
suspect, because you going
But
where?
your partner takes solo trips. He about to take a solo trip when we went live last week.
It's a conversation that happened. He's on a solo trip right now. That's for work. I feel like it's situational, okay? And it's also a conversation. This says your partner tells you they're taking a solo trip. That's different from babe. Hey, got a job opportunity. Gonna fly out the door. How would you think about that? Oh, I think that's a good idea. I can't come because I know you're asking me if I want to. Those are also conversations that are being had in the midst of you
I
telling
mean,
me. I'm thinking I'm going to Mexico next week. I need a break. Mm, let's talk about
well,
this a little bit.
okay, so that's not how you phrased it in this. Like
I
to
said
me,
your
we
partner
saying
tells you they're taking the
yeah,
solo trip.
yeah, tell me like, hey, I got a trip coming up, babe. I want to go on this trip with so and so and so, or I'm going on this trip by myself. I need a moment. Yeah, I mean that's cool. Like I think me and Ivy are on the same page. Let me put her comments up here. We are on the same page. She first thing she said both. It depends on the trip. I agree with that. And then she said what you just said. Oh no, that's definitely suspect. Like now, if you telling me not because I got a friend that done happen too. Like wait a minute, so you just out here and then you go dark. Like you ain't got no. We ain't communicating. Ain't no FaceTime. Now that's absolutely 1000% suspect. Now, the reason why I said this is respect because I could
Mhm.
low key see myself telling my partner, like, I'm about to go catch this flight real quick
Same,
and be gone for the
same,
weekend. Like, and I see you when I get back. Like,
same. Listen,
but
I want to put them in the comments, but I have so many people on Instagram, I can't copy them all. Lisa Brown said suspect. They have another family if they going on a trip. Kessa Brown said respect. Uh, Lisa Brown said nope, not happening. Let's go 70 said absolutely not. Lisa Brown said, where are we going? Listen, I listen, I don't
I,
mind a solo trip, and I feel like I told Travis at the beginning of this year that this year would be a year that I wanted to get into more solo trips. Actually, I've taken some and they were nice. One of them he forced me into when we got deported from India, but that's another story for another day. And if he on this call, that he know I still yes, I'm telling on you. But this year I said I wanted to take more solo trips, but it was a conversation that we had. And I said, what do you think about that? He said, yeah, I think that's cool. You got more time on your hands. If it's a place that I don't want to go, cool. That was a conversation. Me up and telling him, now I'm getting ready to go to Mexico this weekend. I'll be back on Monday. He would look at me and be like, come back in here. More things need to be said,
mhm.
you
you
know.
know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think Ivy said it. Conversation definitely beforehand, but I think I assumed if my partner is telling me this is a
Mhm.
solo trip, like this was a part. The telling was a part of
Was a
a
part of the
greater discussion.
conversation.
I'm with my homegirl Eldo. She takes solo trips. She's
Mhm.
married and she says she loves her solo trips. She loves her own company, and her husband understands that about her. Brittany hit us up about the previous comment, somebody going dark. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
on y'all, I know folks, they people done went dark. They go on solo trips. Supposedly they were
Mhm.
solo, but I agree with who is it, Lisa Brown? They
Mhm.
might have had a
Lisa
family
Brown said they got
somewhere,
a family.
maybe. I'm just saying. Um, Brittany also says she loves herself a solo trip. Me too. I mean, I love a
Yeah.
solo trip, but I haven't. Interestingly enough, I haven't experienced wanting to do a solo trip while in a relationship. So I don't know what the dynamic of that would look like. Am I supposed to include you in all my trips? Like low key, I kind of feel like I might mess around and be like, I just need a I wanna get away. I want to get away.
I
Yeah,
wanna
like
fly away. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I feel you. I also like my own company as well, and I would like my own company in another country. The thing, and I guess it just depends on the dynamics of your dating relationship and things. The thing with me and my husband is that travel. My goal is to travel to every country that I can on this earth. That is not my husband's goal. I told him I wanted to go to Turkmenistan one day, and he was like, "Yeah, you that can be a solo trip for you." And I was like, "I okay." I know I said I wanted to take more solo trips, but okay, bet, cool. So definitely depends on the dynamics in the conversations or whatever. But I think for me, my sus was number one, not having a conversation, which there could have been context to it. I feel like that tells me you going on a trip and like, huh? And then also not consider maybe if I wanted to go. But I don't have a problem. I'm with the respect on if you want to go on a trip, if you want to take some time for yourself, go ahead, do your thing, boo. It's okay.
I mean, it seems like a general consensus in the comments. A little bit of love a solo trip. Some folks will leave their husband and the kid. They feel like, it has to be some dialogue. And I agree, good solo trip should be good for the relationship, but conversation is that has to be had,
And I think
some
it
level
also
of
depends.
communication.
I think it also depends on your relationship. So for those relationships where you talk about people going dark, or you talking about maybe distance makes the Mr. Mischievous, maybe you don't want him to go on a solo trip. So I can get where it could be suspect. Britt said, I have, and I just communicated with him. He took me to the airport, picked me up. We conversed through the whole time while I was gone. Yeah, I think that it could work. I think it could be suspect or respect depending on your respective relationship. So
Mm.
there's that. I hope that y'all enjoyed that game. I enjoyed putting it together. It was fun. So respect to y'all for all of the things on our suspect respect game. We're gonna move right along to our celebration portion of our show. We like to celebrate, y'all. We love a good celebration. That should be the next that should be our next soundbite is celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Mm. Let's celebrate.
Come on with the ad libs. So a moment of applause. Every win, big or small, deserves a toast. So we're just gonna give a celebration of any just major, small events that have happened this week that we want to pat ourselves on the back for, or anybody else. Brian, you want to go?
Yes. So, those of you that do know and those of you that don't know, I am writing a children's book. I'm super excited about my children's book. It's about a little girl and it's about a little girl and her travels with her grandmother across the world. A little black brown girl about her travels across the world. Gigi is her name, and this week, oh my gosh. My author has been pushing out some stuff and she like, come on, girl, we gonna get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And I'm like, yo, she's pushing me, challenging me. We are in great communication about what design elements look like on the page. And I went to prepare the third milestone for her. I have four. I have four milestones to complete the book. I went to complete the third milestone
Okay.
She asked for it. She was like, send it. Send me the third milestone so I can start working on that. I said, okay, girl, I'm gonna send the third milestone. In the midst of me working on it, and I went back and looked at my book map, I realized that the milestone was missing like the last 2 pages of the book. So I just went ahead and added that page to this milestone, which means when she starts working on this, the actual design elements for the book, the actual written part will be done. And then the next step is working
Hey.
on the cover. The dedication is already done, but working on the cover and getting the
Yay.
copyright and the ISBN number. And hopefully, inshallah, there will be a book available within the next month or so for either pre-purchase
Oh,
or
a month.
yeah,
That's soon.
so we are super excited. Got some
Congratulations.
comments coming in. Some people say, come on, after. Yes, I'm excited. Your girl is going to be a published author, children's book. So I'm super excited. We are 2.5 milestones into 4. And it has been such a wonderful experience with my illustrator. She is so talented. And in the next couple of weeks, you guys, I will be adding some promotions and telling you a little bit more about my character and what she is going to be doing. So, super
The
excited.
people are so proud of you, Brand, and I'm so proud of you as well. Congratulations. That is amazing. I kind of just want to sit in that. That's gonna be the
I'm
celebration for
happy.
this week. Yeah, I'm proud of you. I know what you've been doing to work on this project, and kudos to you. I know it's not an easy task doing everything that you do on top of being an author to bring out this character Gigi and her grandmother's adventures. It's going to be inspirational for so many people who look like the people who will be on this cover art that you have. And I'm just so proud of you. Congratulations, girl. Let me give you another round
I'm
of applause
excited.
because I'm so
Thank
happy.
you. I think Brittany said she want to bake a cake, girl. You know how I feel about a good baked cake now.
Okay, don't throw it in a pan and fry it up.
You
Hello,
know I
somebody.
will, honey. Unbig my back and let Brittany bake a cake. Can't do both. Can't do both.
Well, I'm gonna leave it there then, Brand. I think that was big. That's great. Like
Oh,
I'm proud of you. Yeah, that's
I'm
amazing. I
super
want to
excited.
just sit in your celebration and just give you your flowers. So please, I know you'll keep us updated and we will let you all know when the rollout is coming out, when y'all can pre-order, go ahead and buy y'all's books, all of the things. We will be sharing that right here on the Takeoff really soon. So be on the lookout for that. So we talked today, if you were just tuning in, we talked about destination dating. That was our episode title for today. And we talked all things that had to do with destination dating. So we're just going to give a quick episode recap in case you just joined in or in case, we've been on here for an hour and 30. This is one of our longer episodes. So in case you just need to go back to the top and see what we was talking about, the first tip that we gave out was if you meet someone while traveling, wait until you're both back in reality before you decide if it's real. Like, don't decide if it's real while y'all on the beach, cuddled up, snuggled up, having all inclusive drinks. Let's just wait till we get
Mhm.
back home. Just a little tidbit of advice. The next tip that we have is if you're considering a long distance relationship, set a real timeline for when you'll live in the same place and also what that looks like. Okay. Once you start getting into it, set some real timelines and some parameters in place. The next tip was if you're in a relationship, set clear expectations before taking a solo trip. And this actually should be before taking any trip. Okay. Some things don't have to be said. What's understood don't have to be said or shared and all of the things, but make sure that everybody know what's going on. And then the last one is cultural awareness and self-reflection are important when globally dating. So make sure that you stay on top of those things because important. Okay. Okay. Yes. Berlin, tell the people where they can find us and what we do. You already mentioned it earlier in the show. So if you just want to tell the people where they can find us, that'll be cool.
Listen, Tia and I do this thing called travel, and we are building our businesses and our brand. And we love talking to you about travel. You can hear more about our adventures, our experiences, our tips, our travel hacks. You can find me at Never Unpacks on all social media accounts. That is Facebook, that is YouTube, that is Instagram, that is TikTok. And you can find my girl at Tia Takes the World on all things as well. Literally, I feel like I'll say this. Our handles really reflect how we both are. I really do believe in never unpacking. I really believe in seeing the world, and there's so much to see. I feel like you shouldn't unpack. And Tia believes in taking this world, and she's doing so. She's taking it by storm, you guys. You heard my girl. I think there's 195 countries you can, is that 195 countries you can actually step foot in and see what there is to see. And that is her goal. Okay. So Tia is taking the world. I'm over here talking about Never Unpack. We both are in the travel business. I dropped it a little earlier. Visit travelagentworkshop.com. Use sponsor code Never Unpack or Take the World. We actually are on the same team. However, if you want direct coaching from me or if you want direct coaching from Tia, the sponsor code is definitely very important. But we believe in working together and pushing each other to greatness, and our team members as well. The other thing is, y'all have been here on Friday on a live with the Takeoff. Okay.
Hey,
Takeoff. You can catch us live every Friday. We're on a variety of different social medias. To our TikTok fam, we love you. To our Instagram family, we love you. YouTube, Facebook. We thank you all for joining with us. And if you're in the replay gang, we appreciate you for coming and being here, especially if you made it all the way to an hour and 42 minutes. Okay. We really appreciate you coming, giving us your time. We hope you really enjoy the conversations. We be working, trying to figure out like what would the people love to hear from us, our take, and all of those things. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate the support. We appreciate what you're contributing. We appreciate your thoughts and your contributions and all of those things. So catch us live every Friday on your favorite social media outlet to enjoy an episode of the Takeoff. Next week, we are going to be having yet another hot topic. We'll let you tune in next week to see what that's going to be. Okay,
Yes,
I'll toss
yes.
it back to you, Tia.
Thank you, Brand. Y'all heard the things. Y'all know what to do. You want to start your travel business? Start it with us. You want to travel somewhere? Hit us up. You want to follow us? You know the places. You know what to do. You know where to go. Stop sitting on your couch. Get up. Do something with your. Okay, y'all don't. Nobody remember.
You want to be a passport bro or a passport sis? Let us book that for you. Okay. Better yet, if you trying to be up on game, let us get it for you too. Let's put
Period.
you
That's
on game.
There's
Are you really a passport bro if you ain't letting the money work for you?
Oh, period, Pooh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But we thank y'all for sticking around with us. We love to talk all things travel and kiki and have a good time. And we love it when y'all kiki and have a good time with us. And before we end the show, we like to leave with an affirmation. Sometimes it has something to do with our show topic, sometimes not. But today it does. So I want y'all to repeat after me and feel it in your soul. Jet lag fades. Red flags don't. You know, say that with me. Jet lag fades. Red flags
don't.
they don't. Y'all take that with y'all throughout the week on your travels, wherever you go. You already know. That's the affirmation that you need to take with you. We will see you next Friday. We thank y'all for tuning in, and we hope that y'all have a great weekend. Until next time, take off.